we did FAQs, but then we also offered down at the bottom of the home page, we offered the ability to be able to even look at the content in different ways, by mail, by calendar, so more by sort of the type of subject that you're after. Then the other thing that we created was for like the Insider redesign team I'm on. I'm just going to close this. We've been working on new thought about how we want to perhaps roll out or use parts of sites and maybe parts of our .com groups technology. So we have a discussion forum, we have a task list, we have a project plan going. So it's a combination in this site. We have a little countdown. It's a combination of sites as well as this is what I like about Google is you can actually embed videos, you can embed the Google documents like the spreadsheets, the PowerPoints, you can embed them into a page. So you get that whole mashup going into your site. And you don't even have to know the code. You just go insert Google document or insert video. So it's sort of taking out that element of having to figure out the technology and allows you to work kind of a smarter process. So there's a lot of fun things that it has going for it, and it's been a really learning experience for me to see how to understand that not everyone's going to take to it, and then how to figure out how to teach them. And I think a lot of it is just giving them respect. Understanding that it is going to be difficult for some, and validating that. I understand your frustration. I hear your frustration, but we have to figure out how to help you. Work through this. So I think I would stress. Don't underestimate. Even if you go to Google, don't underestimate that it's going to be easy for everyone, and training is really important in it. But I do really like the fact it's very easy to set up. So if you all are interested in, there's two ways you can learn about Google. One is just to take out a free consumer Google account that has Gmail, and then you can add the other services. So Google Account, Gmail is a service under Google Account. Google Documents is a service. Google Sites is a service. So you could have them as services under your consumer account. The other thing you can do, so if I go to my, let's say I go to my CyberSailors account, and if I'm on my CyberSailors account, I'll go to what I did was I created the Google Apps Standard Edition, which is free. And then if I sign into my CyberSailors account, I can still have my own domain name, and I still get the access to the little dashboard they call in Google, which allows me to control who I want maybe to have my email address. So I have Karen at cybersailors.org. So this is my Google Mail, my CyberSailors Google Apps Standard account. And under Manage Domain, I have the ability to turn on services. So I can add email accounts. I can turn on documents, which I did. Google also has what's called a marketplace. And these are third-party vendors that are part of Google's marketplace. So DimDim, for example, is a e-learning platform. And through Google Apps Marketplace, I could get a 60-day free license to DimDim. And David Stern, do you all know David Stern?
Yes.
He's running for president-elect of SLA. He had been a chair of KM a couple years ago. He asked me about DimDim. Did I know anything about DimDim? I was like, well, yeah, I've played with it during our snow week. And then I said, and yeah, I saw it in the marketplace, and I see I could get a 60-day free license. So we're going to experiment with DimDim as an alternative to WebEx, because it's a one-time, like $200 a year to install DimDim versus WebEx that has varying scenarios of how they're going to charge you. So it's just an idea that, you know, having now my Google Apps Standard, I'm able to kind of offer services through various other, you know, means. They have Jira Studio. Jira is actually a tracking software that Atlassian has created. The SLA Wikis is made by Atlassian. Atlassian also makes Jira. And you can buy a license to Jira through Google Marketplace to use as part of your Google Apps. So Google continues kind of extending their product using these other third-party, I'd like to call them plugins. They're sort of plugins to your whole Google umbrella. But then all I'm paying currently is to have my website and to have email and to be able to host my, so my Catholic class is hosted on my Cyber Sailors. So the students are able to see, you know, how a site might be able to be used. Traditionally, we always built our site in HTML. You don't have to rely on HTML anymore because you can simply, you know, build it right online in the Google Site platform. You don't have to worry about FTPing. You don't have to worry about, you know, which directory to put it in. And it pretty much out of the box would look the same if I built it. It even has more features and functions, I think, than you know, regular site. So this is the public site of my Catholic class, and then we have our private area where we can hold discussions. And because Catholics using a Google Apps educational version, they can easily get to, when I share my site, the restricted site, easily get to the restricted site. So this is our restricted area, set up similar probably to the team site. You know, you only have so much imagination, but we have a discussion board. I put weekly reminders. The students have a portfolio area where they can post things about what they're learning. One student's actually putting books she wants to read, so getting ideas for new books. Put a little picture. So, you know, a lot of different variety you can use on your site with the Google applications. So let me go back to, am I going too fast or, okay.
I was going to say, can you say what a dashboard is again?
Oh, the dashboard is where you can manage aspects of your Google Apps account. So unlike when you're in just a Gmail or Google consumer account, you don't have some overarching kind of umbrella where you can manage some of the services of your account. You have an account information area where you can see what services you've taken out. The dashboard in Google Apps allows you to control the suite of tools that you make available to your users. It also allows you to add email addresses, manage groups, especially in the Premier Edition. We have group functionality, so you can create distribution lists, or you can create kind of a team group area. So it gives you a little more management of your application, or a lot more management, especially with the Premier Edition.
But you have to pay for that.
Yeah.
That's part of this.
Yeah. Yeah. But through the Standard Edition or Education Edition, you don't have as much functionality in what they call the dashboard area, but it allows you to do some control of counts and